Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to episode 13 of On the Virtual Track. I'm James Parfit. I'm going to be your host. I'm going to be sitting alongside he's to my left over here, actually, somewhere there, is Mr. Connor Pink. We know Connor from the Tanzo Discord, driving the GT3s here as well. Connor, welcome in, dear sir. It's a pleasure to finally get you in the booth. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, great. Having a good day, so yeah.
Having a good day?
Yeah.
You're not having a good day though, mate, are you? You got a pregnant wife.
Well, yeah, that's true, yeah. As good as it can be, I suppose.
The hangry wife. How is the hangry wife doing? Let's get this out the way first. How's that doing?
No, she's doing really well. I think we're only 2 weeks off. 2 weeks off her due date now, so she's a little bit uncomfortable, but yeah, she's doing really well. She's done really well, so yeah, it's been really good.
You've been doing your sympathy eating.
Yeah. Well, I think I was starting that before she was pregnant, but
I mean, you're the same as me, mate. Sympathy eating. I've had 3 kids with my wife now, and literally, I think, to be fair, when they started eating chocolate, I voluntarily ate some more with her.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean, she was always a savoury person, and I was the sweet. But I think that swapped around since she got pregnant. So she's been eating everything she can, which is it's good. I'm glad she's not had any problems with anything. But yeah, it's been interesting for my waistline, that's for sure.
Any weird cravings?
No, not really. Just she, as I said, I mean, she's always been a sweet, savoury person, and for some reason recently she just got really into sweets and chocolates. So I suppose that's probably one of them. But yeah, apart from that, no, not anything weird and wonderful.
She's not gone out and said, "I need coal."
No, nothing crazy. No.
I need some coal. God, I need to eat coal. It's just good, because that would just be flat out weird. Like, come and give me a kiss, and she's got all black coal around her mouth. No, Soph, I love you and all, but no. Definitely not as well. So let's get into it then, buddy. Where do we go? How far are we going back on your sim racing journey? Let's start off first. Clarify your age. How old are you?
I'm 28.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going back. How far are we going?
Literally, iRacing has been since the start of last season with TRG. Not very long at all.
Nothing before iRacing?
No, I never did any simulation racing or anything like that previous. I've always been into cars, always been into racing, and that I've done a little bit of racing on and off, places I shouldn't have done and then places I should have done. But apart from that, it's, iRacing about kind of 8 months ago was when I started. So
what? Oh no, I'm not letting you get away with just telling me that you've done a little bit of racing, places that you shouldn't be. What are we talking? What sort of racing are we looking at?
Oh, nothing that that anybody else.
Oh, look at you fishing around for the answer. Dude, you're like, I really don't want to drop myself in the shit here. So I'm going to pick and choose my words before James talks me into something else.
What year is it? I'm sure there's a statute of limitations.
I think it's 6 years. I don't know. Maybe. I could be.
We'll be all right.
I'm making stuff up.
When I was younger and I first started driving, just a few like little messes around with mates and that, and then I've had a few cars I've taken on track days when I was really young. My mum paid for me to do a few like experiences and that, which were like rally driving experiences and stuff like that, which just kind of cemented the sort of racing love that I had. So yeah, just anything a normal teenager gets up to when he first starts driving and that's into cars.
Are we talking quarter-mile drag racing?
Oh yeah, a little bit of that, a little bit of car park fun, and some just little races off the line or from the lights and stuff like that, but nothing crazy.
Do you know one of the things is as well, right? That doesn't get any better as you get older. Like
no.
The other day I was traveling back, and it was like, I don't know, 5:30 in the morning or so. I was traveling back from my mum's, and I was going down a dual carriageway, and I was here, and then it went into one, And then the guy was following me, and then it went into 2. My car's quite a little beefy car. It's a Vauxhall Insignia 1.6, and it can shift a little bit. So I went up the hill, and he come up the hill beside me. As we get to the crest of the hill, it goes into 1 again. Now, neither of us stubbornly wanted to lift.
No,
I was like, I'm not giving up here, son. You are not going to get in front of me. And he literally drove for about half a mile. Lucky enough, it was so early. He drove down the other side of the road to try and get in front of me. And I was just sat there going, okay, that's fine. And then when we went to the next dual carriageway, he's there in I think it's like a Ford van or something. It was very small. And then we got to the next dual carriageway, and I just went, take care, adios. And it doesn't get any older. I think the determination of when you're an adult just not to lose.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter. It was. I weren't going to change the world. I weren't even going to win a trophy. I wasn't going to win the league. I weren't going to do anything. But my own pride was what I was winning.
It's the little wins, the quick reactions of the red light. That's what matters.
For me, it was how quick I could get it in 5th gear going up the hill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right, I'm still going to win regardless. So how do we kick in? Right, let's go back 8 months for iRacing. Now, before that, did we do any console racing? F1 25, Ridge Racing, anything like that?
I mean, way back when I first started console gaming, I think I played Gran Turismo for a little bit, but really, no, there wasn't a lot of racing games. I was more into my FPS shooters for a long while.
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty, Battlefield. I only really got into kind of the racing stuff when I got a good enough PC to be able to race. Like I didn't really enjoy controller gaming very much at all. So
no,
yeah.
Me, I was Overwatch. I used to play Overwatch a lot.
Oh yeah, Overwatch. Yeah.
Oh mate, used to play that like no end at one point either. And then my sons started getting into it as well when they were little, and they were like, "Dad, I'm in gold." I was like, "Cool." They were like, "Where are you? We can play together." I was like, "Son, we can't. I'm up at diamond. We can't. It's just not possible. I will lose so much. Just by losing one ranked game with you. I love you, but no, that is not going to lose it." And that's the thing. I think it just all starts from somewhere. You know, I used to Call of Duty, Overwatch, things like that. I still play the odd game of Fortnite with a mate of mine, just purely because we're rubbish and it's quite funny to go and play. And well, his terminology is, "We're going to go and shoot kids." I do turn around and say, "You probably don't want to shout that out."
No, you don't want to say that too loud.
You know what I mean? Don't shout it out too much because we do get in trouble. You know? But I think for 8 months, where do we go? How do we go then? How do we find iRacing?
I found it just off my own back, really. I was really, I was wanting a change up from Call of Duty and stuff like that. And I've always, as I said, I've always had a love of racing. It was just, I was looking around on Steam and I thought, oh, what's this? iRacing. Let's have a look at this. It looks cool. And I downloaded it. I had a little Logitech wheel and pedals that I'd acquired. And I was like, oh, right, I'll give it a go then. And I really enjoyed it from the offset. The multiplayer aspect of it was what caught me. And then, it just spiraled from there. Within about 2.5 months, I had a rig and direct drive wheel and load cell pedals. And it was just, I was all in. That was it. No more Call of Duty. No more anything else. It was just racing and just trying to get better and trying to learn things that I kind of had already tried to practice in real life on a few track days I'd done. But
some not necessarily on the track.
Having no hope when I was younger. But really just trying to nail down just getting better. And it just spiraled out of control. I followed a guy on YouTube called Kez, and he was really starting from the beginning. And it kind of inspired me just to give it a go, even if I was terrible. And we became quite good friends. We're still friends now, and talk all the time. And it was just striving to get better, basically.
So how did we end up league racing then? Because sometimes you fall into it, sometimes you plan to go into it. How did you end up league racing in general?
Yeah, so I was doing officials and stuff like that, and I joined the Discord that Kez had set up, and there was a guy in there called Sean Atkinson, which he races in the GR86 leagues.
Mm-hmm.
He now races in the GT3s as well,
Yep.
and he wanted to do a Road America endurance race, and he was like, "Does anybody want to have a go?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll give it a go. I don't care." And he was like, "Right, grab the McLaren. We're doing it." And literally 2 hours before the race, I grabbed the McLaren GT3 and did like 2 laps, and then jumped in a 3 hour endurance with him. And he was like, "Oh, you might like this league. There's a GT3 league if you enjoy driving the car." And so he sent me the link and was like, "Yeah." And then I think, oh no, actually, I think he sent me the YouTube link to you guys, and then I spoke to you, and you were like, "Oh, I'll drop the link in the YouTube chat," and that was it. It was. I joined literally the next day, and yeah,
How did your
that was
first
it.
run out in Petit Le Mans go? How
Uh,
was Road Atlanta?
oh God, what Road America Endurance?
Oh yeah,
It
sorry,
was
the 3 hour Road America one.
we did it on the Saturday and came like ninth, I think. And then we weren't very happy with that. So Sean was like, "Do you want to do Sunday as well?" And I was like, "Yeah, sod it, let's do Sunday." We ended up coming second, which was pretty crazy. I think like an hour and a half of it was in the rain,
Yeah.
and the first hour and a half was in the dry. And yeah, that was it. I was hooked. I couldn't stop racing from then on. That was it.
So do you drive every day?
Pretty much, yeah, when I can. I mean, just recently, we've been selling our house, and I've been redecorating every evening, all weekend. So I try and get an hour in here and there when I can. But yeah, I pretty much drive every day. So yeah, if I can get an hour in here or there on a new track, I will.
So
Yeah.
you're selling your house?
Yeah, we just put it on the market now because we're buying my nan's place, which is where I am now, actually. Um, yeah, we're buying my nan's house, which is a much bigger house, better for having the kid and that. So yeah, I'm like in the process of selling a house, buying a new one, having a baby at the same time. It's all pretty crazy at the moment. So.
And deciding that sim racing was a good idea in the meantime.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I thought that was a good idea in between. To start with the league racing, I had enough time because we weren't really planning on selling the house. And then, like 2 months ago, we were like, right, let's just sell the house and buy my nan's place. And then, yeah, it kind of, I wouldn't say, I mean, it's not taken away from sim racing at all. I still enjoy it. Every time I sit down in the chair, I really enjoy it. But I just haven't had as much time as I did the first kind of season of the GT3 League. Where I had like hours every evening just to practice a track. But I'm still really enjoying it. I won't lose touch with it.
And Sophie's happy with that, is she?
Oh yeah. I think to start with, she was a bit like, "Why are you spending so much time doing this? Like, it's you're
Where's
sitting
my
in a
time?
chair." Yeah. But then when she started, I got her watching the broadcast and that, and she realised how much fun it was for me. And it's like, I suppose it stops me from racing around so much outside of the sim ring.
And then that led into your dear wife doing some driving of her own.
Oh yeah, in the GR86. Yeah, that was great fun. I was sat there watching. Yeah, she can't drive.
If anybody hasn't watched it, Matt, go watch just YouTube the OGRL Mums Race or go into the JBB broadcasting channel and have a look there
Yeah.
as well. You will literally see Soph driving around at the back while 8 months pregnant, seven and
7.5, nearly 8 months
yeah,
pregnant.
nearly
Yeah,
8 months pregnant, and
yeah.
you'll see some pictures on the broadcast as well. So literally looking like she's just holding a football. Right, I've got to be honest. She doesn't look like she's up the duff whatsoever, but I've been told she is, so that's fine. But she had a great old laugh, and she's quite happy, isn't she? She's quite supportive. She comes into the broadcast and sit and watch and chat as well.
Oh yeah. She loves getting involved in the YouTube chat and that, and having a good laugh with you guys. And she's cool. She's really supportive. She always has been supportive of most things I do. I mean, so the only thing she necessarily doesn't like is the riding around I do on the roads. I normally get a punch in the side of the arm if I put my foot down. Yeah, even when I don't do so much anymore now, she's pregnant, because that's not sensible. But beforehand, I used to get are you seeing what speed you're doing and all of that?
Mate,
So,
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that. It could just be me and the wife in the car, and I still get it.
yeah, exactly.
And that's because you look down and you go, oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realise I was doing 85. You know what I mean? I was, it was like, oh, okay, I'll slow down. But you'll get into a different mindset when the baby's in the back or sat in the front, because you will then realise that 30 mile an hour is actually a good speed to drive at.
Yeah, it is.
Because
I think I've realised that. I've realised that since she's been pregnant, that just like, even 30 mile an hour is, you come to a stop at 30 mile an hour, it's not good. So yeah,
not a sudden stop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're supposed to gently ease the brake.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. So I mean, we went on a road trip up to Germany last year before she was pregnant. Actually, it was September. Yeah, September last year, and we went up for a travel up to the Nürburgring for my mate's 40th. And I remember jumping on the autobahn and doing like 140, and I never heard the door handle of my car break under pressure so much. She was absolutely bricking it the whole time we were going up the autobahn, and just screaming at me about slowing down. So eventually we did, and we lost contact with my mates. But yeah, it was. She's not a fan of speed, that's for sure.
Well, we did see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We did see that at Line Rock. The GR86 could go a lot faster than what Soph was putting it through. So, I'm guessing she might just think she's on a Sunday chill, just driving around.
She was just happy to be involved in that. She had a great laugh. She maybe did about an hour practice beforehand where I showed her how to change gear, which one was go and which one was stop, and that's about as far as we went.
Does she drive in real life?
No, she does not have a driving license. The only time this is quite a funny story. When we first met, about a year after we first started dating, we've been together like 10 years now. And we were out in the garages working on my car, and I said, "Oh, do you want to try and learn how to drive?" And she was like, "Yeah, go on."
Oh my God.
So we jumped in my banged out Renault Estate that I had. It was absolutely clapped. And she goes and she does the most perfect pull away with the clutch. Didn't even teach her how to do it. She just gently accelerated, let the clutch out. It's perfect. The car just starts rolling forward, and she just freaks out. We're only doing about 5 mile an hour. She just has a complete panic attack and gets out the car while it's moving in the garages, and just leaves me in the passenger seat with the car still moving. And so I just ripped the handbrake on, and I'm like stuck in a car that was still, it was nuts. But yeah, that's the only time she's ever tried to drive. Never since then, and never again. So yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'd be like, never again either, to be blatantly honest. Panics and hops out of a car and goes away from there. You know what I mean? That would just be an absolute nightmare. So tell us some more about why we digressed away rapidly. Tell us more about the iRacing situation with you. What do you think you're hoping to get out of it? What do you think the sort of aim of it is? Because some people have aims to be pro, others have aims to just still enjoy it, others have aims to, I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? What happens? I'm just going to enjoy it while I can and drive around it. What do you think your sort of specific aim is of iRacing?
So I've always been a competitive person. It's about competing for me. I love to be good at something. I always try and be better. iRacing is just one of those things where I think it never ends. There's always someone faster, someone better to beat. I enjoy battling with people, and that's really all it's about. I don't know if I'd ever get to the point where I would ever call myself a pro. But it's just about the competition. I just love competition. That's why I joined the league. That's why I race in officials. That's why I battle people as hard as I do. I just love the fight. I love the the tactics behind it. It's just the mind games. It's almost like a chess game kind of thing. You know, you move here, they move there. That's what the iRacing game is about for me. It's just having fun and battling.
So you were second last season.
Yeah.
Behind Mr. Jared Love.
Yeah.
And then you got promoted.
Yeah.
How's that working out?
Absolutely horrendous.
See, I knew it was coming. I kind of figured I'd lead you down there and then see how you come back. Because you might have gone, it was always going all right. But no, gone horrendous. Why is it going horrendously, do we think?
I don't know. The league's grown massively since last season for a start off. There's some really quick guys in pro.
Agreed.
I mean, even in AMS last season, I feel like I wasn't that far off some of the really quick guys. I mean, me and Jared were putting it to some of those guys quite often in a few races. And now it's untouchable. And no hate on them at all. I mean, it's trying to it helps me to try and improve, but I am just not on par at all. I mean, I think this season I've come close to last nearly every race in pros. It's one of those things, you know, you have ebbs and flows. I'm not particularly mad about it. It's disappointing. But I love chopping it up with anybody on track, whether you're an AM or a pro. It's not about class at the end of the day. I just enjoy chopping it up with people. So, yeah, I mean, if I'd have known I was getting promoted to pros last season, then, I don't know what I'd have done. But
what would you have done about it?
I might have thrown it off the track a couple more times.
I'm going to take my steering wheel and I'm coming home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm not going to be a pro.
Do you
know what the thing is as well this season? I am quite surprised that they went that way.
Yeah,
I thought the top one. I thought Jared, you know, was definitely going to go up because he won the championship. I was a little bit surprised that they went with the top two, because it's now given us this sort of unbalance of 15 AM drivers, 22 pro drivers. So I was surprised that they went that way, and I kind of think there's probably a couple of people at the bottom end of pros, where you are, is who could probably go with being back down again. I think you're in that level of fighting with the AMs, but just not on the pace. You know, you've got Michael Gray, you've got Harry Gaylor, Jean McLuhan, Matty Hoyland. These guys are rapid. Harry Hartley-Price took the championship last year, and he's even sitting in fifth this year. Can't get anywhere near the front, you know, and that's the thing. He went out and did a great job last season, and then the Hartley-Price this season, 4 races, no wins, you know, no poles, no podiums, and that literally says it all about the league, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sean does. It's a hard decision to make. I mean, after the first race of this season, I think I I think I hit the hornet's nest this season. But I basically was saying that there should be a pro-am and an am. I thought maybe they had enough drivers to be able to implement that, which Sean very fairly said, you know, he can't implement it once the season started, which I think is fine. But I think there's some really, really, as you say, you listed those 4 or 5 drivers. There's some really quick guys that you just can't touch. And like for someone like me, I still really enjoy racing in the league, but it is demoralizing to be so far back in your class. Partly, I also think that's because I haven't had enough time to practice, really. I mean, you compare how many hours I was putting in last season to this season, it's like half, if not a third of the time I'm putting in. But, you know, at the same point, there's some rapid guys out there.
I agree. And I think this is the thing. If you cut the GT3 Championship pros and when I'm trying to play this diplomatically when probably I shouldn't. Top 11 were pro. Then 12 to 23 are pro-am. And then the AMs at the bottom. Now, I know some leagues implement them. I run an SR8 league that implements it after round 2, once we've established where everybody's kind of at
Yeah,
as well, and go for a pro-am, or pro and am, I should say we do, but pro and pro-am and am. And I wouldn't say it's not impossible to implement this far in, but I think you kind of need to make it clear from the beginning and say, right, this is the situation. We're coming up to round 4. We've made the decision to make an extra class because, as you said, it is a little bit downhearting, sort of getting smacked around like a cheap puppy. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I think maybe not a cheap puppy because you wouldn't hit a dog, but you get the picture.
yeah,
And I think that it's something like that maybe they'll learn for the future. I don't think they expected 37 sign-ups this season. I don't think Sean was
yeah, yeah.
really sort of prepared for that amount. But I think he also needs to look on the upside, and that's just a testament to what he's achieved.
Oh,
You know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've only been in since last season. I'm still green, really, in this league. And as you know, probably from the times that I chat in YouTube chat, I'm quite opinionated. So
No, surely not.
when I mentioned it, it wasn't necessarily a thing of this needs to be put in today,
Yeah.
but it was definitely a thing where I was saying, you know, this is at. I mean, Sean works really hard to get that league going, and as you say, it's a testament that there's 37 people signed up right now, because I don't see a lot of other leagues really with those sorts of numbers, and well, I haven't, and so him having that many people is just, it's great.
Mm.
But as you say, I mean, there needs to be kind of a rethink, which is what he said he's going to look at next season
Yeah,
anyway,
I,
which
I
is
think
fair
that's
enough.
I think that's the thing. You've got to look at the situation for this season. Deal with
Yeah,
this season,
yeah,
then look at next season, and then go from there.
yeah,
I think
definitely.
that's the
Yeah,
thing. I think look at it next season. If you're going to end up with 40, go right. We're going to go 15, 15, 10.
yeah, yeah,
Or 12, whatever. I can't do math. 12, 24, 15. However you're
yeah,
going to play it.
yeah,
I think that's the thing. But he's done really well, and as you say, it's a testament to how it's grown and the progress that it's made from last season to this season to the season before. We've been here like 2 seasons now, I think.
yeah,
Two
yeah,
seasons, 2 seasons, must be. And it's just got better and better and better, and I think that's the thing for it as well. But where do you see the goal this season? Then you said it gets sort of demoralised and get kicked about a bit and being at the back. Where do you see this season then? Because obviously, once the baby comes and your time's going
yeah.
to be limited, bro.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wasn't even planning on being in this season, to be perfectly honest. Last season,
Yeah, I
I
remember
kind
you
of said,
saying that
I
you're going to be
said
dropping out.
I wasn't going to do it. I was going to wait a couple of seasons and I'll come back. And like, I think Sophie kind of saw how much fun I was having with it, and basically turned around to me and was like, you can do this season if you want to, but obviously, I've got responsibilities outside of sim racing as well that I've got to be aware of. And so, for me, this season was about having fun, about seeing where I stood up to some people. I mean, again, I wasn't expecting there to be 37 people in the league.
Yeah.
I was expecting to be racing the people I raced last season. And, and obviously I wasn't told that I was getting bumped up to pros until after the season had finished. So I didn't even know that happened. And, so yeah, I mean, for me, the aim of this season is just get my head down, chop it up with people, chalk it up to experience. As I said, it's only my second season of racing with these guys, and yeah, just try and improve. I mean, I'm finding that my quali times are way out. I seem to be qualifying at the back nearly every session, and then kind of during the race, I think I'm, because I can follow people.
Mm.
I'm chopping it up with people more there. So yeah, again, just have fun, just get my head down, get these races out of the way, and then see where we are next season, see what Sean cooks up for the classes and that sort of thing. And then yeah, just come out of the gates fighting next season. So
And you think you're going to have time?
oh yeah, I'll make time. Yeah. I
Have
think.
you ever driven with a baby in your arms?
No, I was joking about this the other day. Actually, I was joking about how I think I'm going to have one of those chest strap things, and we'll just he can sleep there, and I'll race. So yeah,
Now,
we'll
we
see
do
what
know
happens.
what we're having, don't we?
Yes, yeah. It's a boy. Yeah,
And did we
yeah.
go with what name did we end up picking? Because it wasn't the best one.
Axel, I think.
Axel, yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Guns N' Roses man.
Yeah.
Is that where it come from, or is that something
No,
that?
no. I mean, me and Soph are both into really heavy music. Always have been. We love rock and roll and heavy metal and all of that. But I think it just was one of those names that just kind of came to. I think it came to me, um, kind of 2 or 3 months into us finding out she was pregnant, and I was just like, what do you think about this? And she was like, yeah, I love that. So yeah, it was just one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, I think name picking is something that people sort of don't worry too much about. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
sometimes, like when I was picking names for my kids, like my dad would be like, "Don't do that." I said, "Why not?" You go, "Because it's HP. It sounds like brown sauce." I'm like,
yeah,
"All right, Dad. It's not. Henry is not a name that's extreme. You know what I mean?"
yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah,
let's be real about it. And I think picking names sometimes is you've got to, as you say, if you like it, you like it. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong. The ones that are like, I don't know, Christabel, Jemima, Josephine,
yeah,
Evelyn, what
yeah,
Bob is a bit
yeah,
extreme. But I think
yeah. Too much.
something, yeah, it's a little bit too far. And I think that's it. What do we do then? We got our sim racing, we got Soph, we got baby. What do we do
Yeah.
outside of all of this? How does Connor Pink sit back and relax?
To be honest, it's just sim racing now. No, um, I work a lot and I work away sometimes as well. So,
All right, what do you
kind
do
of
first then? Let's get it out there. What do you do?
so I'm a telecoms CAD engineer, which not many people really know what that is.
Okay, what is it? Because I don't know what
Uh,
that is either.
so I design antennas and stuff like that for telecoms companies, and so your mobile phone, basically. I'm the reason why it works.
Me internet
When
signal? Are you responsible for that?
I,
Do you
no,
deal
not
with
so much internet.
you don't deal with me
More,
cables under the ocean? Then?
no, that's not me.
Damn.
Yeah,
Do
you
you
can
put
take.
antennas up in the sea?
No, no, not in the sea. No. So it'll be like the big mast you see on the side of the road and stuff like that. That's what I do. So yeah, it's not.
Design them or fit them?
I design them. I'm a designer, so that's what I do.
So you
Um,
design all the little bits.
yeah. So I design whole sites basically. So yeah, that's what I do for a living. I survey a lot of the sites as well. So I go out and climb towers and do all that sort of stuff.
So
So
you clearly didn't wake up one day and go, "I'm going to be a telecoms engineer."
no, no.
How did we end up getting into that then?
So wild. I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer. So I went to college to do aeronautics engineering and dropped out of that after about a year and a half when my tutor turned around and was like, "Oh yeah, they've opened up the apprenticeships worldwide instead of nationally now. So it's like one job to 50,000 people." And I was like, "All right, yeah, this ain't for me." So I walked away from that and basically did labouring most of my life. Like I was a landscaper. I worked in a factory. I just basically worked with my hands for ages, and then I had a bit of a problem with my back. I put my back out. I played rugby for most of my life as well, and had some really bad injuries from that.
Yeah.
And I smashed my back up, and I had to take 6 months off work, and I basically turned around to Sophie and was like, "I don't think I can carry on working like I am." Because the doctors basically turned around to me and was like, "You're going to have to rest up for 6 months." So I had to step away from my job. And then all of a sudden I saw an advert for a CAD engineer at the place where I work now, and no experience necessary. We'll do all the training. And I was like, sound. So I applied for it. It was 2 minutes down the road from where I live. And yeah, I got the job, and I've been doing it for the last 4 years. I've always enjoyed the CAD side of it, so the computer aided design, and learning how to do that. And they wanted me to do all the surveys as well. So yeah, I basically just fell into it by accident. It wasn't planned. As you say, I don't think anybody ever decides they want to be a telecoms CAD engineer. I think it's one of those niche things that people fall into. There's no course on how to be a CAD engineer for a telecoms company. So yeah, it's not particularly interesting, but it does take up a lot of my time. And so outside of work, it's really caring for the family, my mum and Sophie, and obviously the baby soon to be, and then yeah, just sim racing, hanging out with friends. I love being outdoors, so we go out a lot. I mean, we live right by the beach, so we go down there quite a bit.
Which part of the country are you?
So we're in Somerset now.
Where?
Yeah, Weston-super-Mare.
No way.
Yeah,
That's literally 45 minutes that way from my house.
Oh, really? yeah.
45 minutes. Well, I'll give 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic.
Yeah.
But we were up there, weren't so long ago. A couple of months ago, I was up in Weston as well. The kids went up there and we went on the pier and that. And they had fun up there. But yeah, we're about 40 minutes, give or take, from Bristol.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't ever planning on living here. I mean, I lived in Woking, which is one of the reasons why I drive the McLaren. So I used to see them driving up and down the road every day on my way to school, being test driven. So I lived in Woking my whole life. And then my nan and granddad moved down here when I was about 12 or 13. No, even earlier than that, 8 or 9, I think. And then I used to come down here for summers, and then they needed caring for when I was about 19. And I decided I'd had enough of Woking, had too much history in Woking, too many
driving
issues.
around car parks.
Yeah, so I was like, right, let's get out of it. And so I moved down here to care for them and just stayed down here ever since. It's been about 7 years now. And yeah, it's been great. So yeah.
Love a good beach, mate.
Yeah, oh yeah, I love Western Beach. It's miles long.
You could just go out and walk.
Yeah, and you've got the beach race as well, the motocross beach race down there as well.
Yeah, they do them down in Weymouth. We try and get down to the one in Weymouth as well, in between going down the pool for Speedway as well, and we sort of get down there and try and get down there as well. Not so much at the moment, but I think that's one of the things. I think with places like that, Western is somewhere that you can just go and wander around the beach, chill, enjoy yourself.
That. I mean, we spent most of our lives living in a built-up city, and it was. I'm not about that at all. I need space to go and clear my head when I need it. Go for a wander down the beach. Go and chill out in the sun, or even in the rain sometimes. But yeah, just kind of open space, and that's everything here. So Somerset's brilliant. I love it. I would never move ever again. So.
Yeah, I think it depends where you live. I think as well, a lot of the times, though, isn't it? I think that's the thing, But so we're gonna go and sort of delve back into the situation with sim racing in conjunction of if iRacing contacted you and said 1 car, 1 track you can put into iRacing, what would it be?
1 car, 1 track. God, put me on the spot.
If you listen to the broadcast podcast, mate, it's every single time.
I would say RX-8.
Okay. Why?
I've had one and they're amazing fun.
Mazda RX-8?
Yeah.
So we're talking about these little babies?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Yeah. You weld the diff and dump the clutch. You're going to have a lot of fun in that. I just love them. The doors, the design. I'm big on engines, and there's no engine like that. It may be one of the worst engines ever for reliability, but the engineering behind it's just insane.
Yeah.
And so I mean the RX-7, RX-8 for me is just such a cracking car. I loved it. I can barely fit in one.
I was going to say
I
they're
had
quite
to,
tight.
I had to squeeze myself into mine. But when I was in, I had a lot of fun. And track would be. Is Donington already in?
Yep.
Donington's already in. Yeah.
Where would you stick that RX-8?
What track?
Yeah, come on. Where would you put it? What track do you want in iRacing, and where would you put the RX-8?
Oh God. I think all the tracks that I would put in are already in iRacing, to be perfectly honest.
Come on.
I don't know. I love Donington, Silverstone, Thruxton, Snetterton. So they're already in there. I mean, Castle Combe. I'd put Castle Combe in there. That's great fun. I'll put a car around there. I'll put the RX-8 around there as well. That's great fun.
Castle Combe is a fun track. I do agree with you. I think it's too underestimated. I don't know if people would be, if you would accept and maybe sort of bring it in to it. It is another version of, it reminds me very much of a Thruxton-esque circuit. In the way that it's laid out, with this long sweeping corner here and that as well, down Hammer Down, Paddock Hill, the S's. Again, I think it could be quite quick. I think Bobby's would be a very interesting chicane to deal with.
It certainly would be,
And, coming in wide and then having to bring it back tight. It's kind of Le Mans-esque if you want to look at it that way.
Avon Rise isn't easy either. I mean, that doesn't look like much, but the climb there is
clearly I'm not too great with this directional control thing.
Yeah, it's as you come down there and you kind of have to slightly go right before you come left into the hard right hander it can get interesting sometimes into Quarry Corner.
I think that's the thing. I think, as I say, this sort of S's section is very reminiscent of this section. It's almost like a carbon copy of each area, isn't it? I think here S's and over at Bobby's is a carbon copy of each other, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's like they've almost gone for an oval and then gone, oh shit, we need to put some chicanes in.
Yeah.
Otherwise we're going to be running NASCAR. And I think that's the thing. I think that would be a cool track. I think very rookie rated-esque. I think
definitely.
Formula V's, MX5s, Formula Fords. I think anything bigger would just be purely for shits and giggles.
You'd be way too quick around there. It wouldn't even be worth racing anything quick around there.
But then they say that at Thruxton, and we've seen GT3s around Thruxton. We've seen all multiple other things as well. But I think if you're sort of going to go with that around there,
I can tell you that around Quarry Corner sideways is great fun.
For who exactly?
The driver.
I was going to say it definitely ain't for the wife, is it? Let's be real about it. She holds on for dear life no matter where you go in, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I think that's the I think I could see that MX-8 ran there. Fair play. Good choice. I don't know if we'll ever get Castle Combe, to be honest, and any more than we'll probably get the RX-8. But fair play. Yeah. I could see that one.
That's probably my favourite car I've ever actually driven. So,
what, in real life?
Yeah. So that's I've had quite a few cars, but the RX-8's been good fun. Nothing crazy, but
What have you got now?
Oh, I've got Peugeot, brand spanking new Peugeot 508 GT Estate.
Baby proof.
But I tell you what, they push 225 brake horsepower, so they're quite fun off the line as well. So stick it in sports mode when the wife isn't in the car. You could have some good fun in that.
So for the car going.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
prick!
I went from before that I had a Range Rover Sport V8 that I took to the Nürburgring for some reason.
How did it go?
And not very well around there, to be perfectly honest. I don't think I broke 45 mph around there with the body roll on that thing. But yeah, it was that car was amazing. I love that car. So yeah, I've gone from something massive and loud to back to baby proof estate car, family car. So yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see how you get on this week. Talking about that, I think it is. Where are we this next week? Where was we this week? We were round 4. Oh, we're going to Spa.
Yeah, it was Nürburgring GP this week. I think.
Spa.
Spa's all right.
Do you know what? If it
Spa.
wasn't on every fucking calendar, it would be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to start fucking iRacing now, and I'm going to find out how many fucking series did not have Spa on them, because I'm pretty much sure that it's on pretty much fucking most of them.
Yeah.
It drives me absolute bonkers. Like, people go, "Oh yeah, but Spa's classic. It's iconic and it's fucking amazing and all of this," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is, but just not every fucking week." You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I think for me, oh fuck me, iRacing's got an update, so I can't fucking do that either.
It's quite monotonous, Spa. Like, it's like, apart from Eau Rouge and Radeon, there's nothing really for me that excites me to race. There's a lot of like fast straights, fast sweeping corners into hairpin turns, and I just like it's that's not. It's a draft fest for a start off. If you're out a draft in a train, you ain't catching unless someone makes a major mistake. So yeah, I mean, Spa for me isn't really that exciting, but I look forward to racing every week, so it doesn't really matter where it is. But yeah.
Well, you did say Silverstone was a good track earlier, and I don't fucking agree with you on that one either.
Again, I've been on that like in real life, so it's one of those ones where it's got a bit of a soft spot, I suppose, rather than a great track. But yeah, it's
flat, it's dull, it's boring.
Yeah.
And no matter where you stand, you can only see one fucking corner. It fucking goes past you. You can't see shit for the next 2.5 minutes. So, there you go. I don't know. For me, it's fucking Interlagos all day. I love Interlagos. I think that's amazing. That'd be one track I'll travel to, because I think that would be fucking awesome to watch racing around there as well, mate. But look, dude, it's believe it or not, it's been nearly a fucking hour already.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Oh no, time goes quick when you're having fun, doesn't it? When you sat there gassing bollocks with me. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for joining me, bud. We're going to see how we get on for the rest of the GT3 season. What do we realistically? Where are you going to be in the standings?
Well, I think I'm sitting like
16th.
16th. Oh Jesus, worse than I thought.
Sorry to break you.
Make it. I'd like to make it into the top 15. If that's possible, I don't know.
Well, you're only 2 points off Glenn Ablard.
Yeah, we've got Spa, and then we've got Daytona, and then we've got Brands, and then Fuji. I don't think I'm going to make Fuji, because the baby will most probably be here by then. So I think for me it'll be Spa, Daytona, Brands, and then Fuji just will not be on it for me. So hopefully top 15. Obviously we've got a drop week this season, which we didn't have last season, which is nice. So yeah, I hope for top 15. That's where I'm aiming for. I would have liked to have said top 5, but that's never going to happen in a million years. So
I can tell you now, mate, you're a long way off the top 5.
Exactly,
Hartley Price is on 87. You're on 24.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's one of those things. Chalk this season up to experience, and yeah.
All right, mate. Awesome job. Well, thank you so much, Connor, for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. That's it, guys. That's going to wrap up this week's episode of On the Virtual Track. Now, if you want to get yourself involved, we are looking for people for July, the 1st, the 8th, the 15th. Towards the end of July, we've got the likes of Luke Maxwell and Jack Ashton coming on board as well. So come and have a look on that one. Next week, we've got Jason Winecki from the J2ICS League. He's going to come along and have a chat with me as well. But it's been a pleasure, dear sir. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great talking to you. I mean, I always chop it up with you in YouTube chat anyway, so it's been great to have a good chat in person.
Do you know, it'll be the day I'll ask that question and somebody go, no, it's fucking shit. I'll be like, oh, all right. Yeah. Fuck you. I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? We look forward to seeing that one as well. But dude, it's been a pleasure, mate. I'm going to let you get back. So hope she goes well with the baby. And I look forward to seeing how you get on next week. So there we go. Man. If you do want to get involved, guys, link will be down in the description below on YouTube as well. I should really keep putting it on Spotify, but I completely bloody forget. So I will put it on there this week as well. If you want to get yourselves involved, just sign up on the sheet. We're 13 in, and I've only got 57 to go. All right. So you might have to take a little bit of a wait. But there we go. For now, and as always, take care and enjoy yourself. Good night.